Hello, this is Beth, and this is episode number 3 of Art Babble, in which I, Beth, babble about art. So, I've been thinking about art. Yeah, shocking, I know. I'm thinking about art. Freaky. Well, Amina agrees it's freaky. But, and how you just kind of keep going sometimes. And, because I've been reading, almost everything. I have one book left to read, and I'm kind of saving it because there's a new book that comes out in December, but I've read all the Robert Grace books since April. But one of the themes in the Elvis Cole Joe Pike novels is forward. When they're working on a case, it's going forward. You go forward. You can't go backwards, really. It doesn't work that way. And I started thinking about, just a minute, Cat's doing weird things. Okay, cat situation has been resolved at the moment. Back to Robert Grace novels and forward, but the theme is forward, and Joe Pike's always even has like tattoos of arrows that point forward. So I was going forward, and I started, and then along with class I'm taking, where she's like, you don't like it, just put another layer of paint on. Just keep going until you like it. Keep layering the paint until it works. And I started thinking in conjunction of forward, which was actually ironically one of my it's not really ironic, never mind. Was one of my words of the year, my first word of the year that I ever had. But in my art, I'm kind of thinking about that concept of forward and moving forward, because once you put something down, for the most part, sometimes you can erase it, sometimes you can remove it, but you can't always. And so there's this concept for me in art of always moving forward, because you can't go back. There are times where you just have to keep moving forward. It's like her. I love where she ended up. I didn't really like where she started. I was unhappy with how the collage was laid down, since I since remember why I dislike glue stick. I prefer matte medium, and all I do. But other than, technical issues of remembering, like, I didn't like something, I didn't particularly like how the face was looking. And the side was so, because the collage was kind of made so when the dark shadow side had the dark collage and the light side had the lighter collage, and you couldn't see this dark side of her face. You couldn't really see it when it was just a drawing. But I couldn't take her off because I did it like with Lyric Graphite Water Soluble and Stabilo. There's no erasing those things. So I had to go forward. I had to find a way to go forward or discard her. And so I decided to go forward, and then I was going to just paint over her completely with heavy body acrylics and get rid of that collage. And I didn't like that either, so I wiped that off. And you can see right there, because really you can't take it all off. That little white kind of area right here is where I wiped off the skin tones. And I had to go forward from there. I wiped off my skin tones as fast as I could, but they still kind of clung, still kind of changed the color. And I just kept moving. And when I realized, once I wiped that off, that the forward I was going for wasn't something like her, where she was a similar thing to this, but I didn't like the collage that I put down. But I painted over her completely, and I realized that this girl wasn't saying no to that. And my forward ended up creating this bright side and this dark side of her face. And just kind of letting the dark side be what it was, with the, darker patch of rosy cheeks there. And I was kind of laughing because the dark eye looks really kind of white, and it's a purple. It's a very, very light purple that I used to lighten up her eye. But keep shadow. And I had to just keep going forward. I kept going forward. I couldn't look back at what I had and think, oh God, I did that right or wrong or whatever. I just had to keep going forward. And same with this girl. I really love how she turned out, but oh, there was a point where I was just like, oh my God, she looks like awful. She don't look so good. And I kept going forward. I put down another layer of paint. And I put down some more paint. Then I let her dry and walked away for the next day. And I put some more paint down. And I just kept going. All of a sudden, there she was. She was whimsically beautiful, as someone called her. I really like the word whimsy. And whimsy is something I aspire to in my art. Bring a certain aspect of the whimsical in. Like my little kitty. I love that little kitty. How the kitty turned out. Kept going. I have another thing in my art journal where it's still being pushed forward. You just got to keep pushing forward. You know, how can you change it? Where do you go? How do you create things? And she's at a point where I'm on break from her. Her eyes are a little too at the moment. But once again, going forward. How can I go forward with her and make her what she needs to be? What she's saying to me. Because you can't go back. You hit a certain point. Once I put down that water soluble graphite crayon and activate it, it's not coming up. The only thing I can do is move forward and keep moving forward till I achieve something that I enjoy, that says I'm done, that I'm happy with. And sometimes things will kind of be more undone than done. She's more undone than this girl is. How can you push forward? How can you keep moving forward? And really, even in life, you can't go backwards. You can live in the past, but you can't go back and change the past without a little past time machine. And I don't know about you, I don't have one of those. So, you know, how can you go forward? How can you keep moving forward? How can you be in the moment and keep seeing what you need to see? It's kind of been a theme lately, especially in art. And the art's kind of what brought that theme to the forelight, along with a bunch of Robert Chris novels. And you ever see your inspiration come from anywhere? How do I deal with this problem? I'll do it just like this. I go forward. So, you know, and these two are going up for sale on the website in the next week or two. So if you're interested in these guys, let me know. But yeah, go forward. Can't go back. That mark's been made. Piece of work, even if you erase it, you still don't get rid of it fully. It's still kind of there. So yeah, go forward. That's about all you can do. And it's part of being in the now, I think, because if you kind of go backwards and go back to the past, it doesn't work so well. Learn from the past, live in the moment, plan for the forward. And that is Art Babble number 3. Thank you for watching. And I don't know when the next one will be. These are kind of, Art Babble is kind of a random thing. So when I feel like babbling something about art or something going on in my process, I'll do an Art Babble. And forward currently is my current process in Art Babble. But, you know, if you're interested in art, tarot, oracle card readings, light language, whatever, links are all down below. So go to the site, go to Facebook, wherever. And yeah, see you around. Bye-bye.